Hello guys, the information in today's video will be no surprise to anybody at all, will it? Anybody at all. We all knew this was coming. We called it out a long time ago. Yes, of course I'm referring to the brothers that carried out the Manchester airport attack. We'll read through the article, then I'll put my 2 cents in. Brothers accused of assaulting police officer at Manchester airport will not face third trial. Amaz has been in custody since last year after he was convicted at the first trial of assaulting 2 female officers and 1 member of the public. Now, this is something that seems to get brushed over whenever these 2 are mentioned, that everyone mentions the assault on the police officer. Everyone seems to forget that the police were called to the scene because they had already attacked a member of the public. It's absolutely disgusting. 2 brothers accused of assaulting a police officer at Manchester Airport will not face a third trial. Prosecutors claim Mohammed Fahir Amaz, 21, and Mohammed Ahmad, 26, attacked Zachary Marsden and 2 female colleagues when they tried to arrest one of them. Footage of the incident on the 23rd of July 2024 went viral on social media. Both of them denied causing actual bodily harm to the officer, PC Marsden, 26, telling Liverpool Crown Court they acted in self-defence or in defence of each other. Yeah, that's self-defence, isn't it? I would show the video. In fact, I might layer the video over some of my talking points in a little while. Amaz was previously convicted of assaulting PC's Lydia Ward and Ellie Cook. Amaz punched PC Lydia Ward in the face, knocking her down and breaking her nose. After 2 separate juries failed to reach verdicts, prosecutors said they would not pursue a third trial because of a presumption. They are only held in exceptional circumstances. Yeah, exceptional. The Crown Court's assessment is that while the indictment is serious and the case has attracted significant public interest, it cannot be properly described as one of extreme gravity, said the prosecutor Paul Greeny KC. He said the decision had been deliberated at the highest level of the Crown Prosecution Service. Last week, the second jury was discharged after it deliberated for nearly 20 hours following a 5-week trial, and today the judge ordered not guilty verdicts to be recorded. Amaz has been in custody since he was convicted at last year's first trial of assaulting PC's Lydia Ward and Ellie Cook during the same incident, as well as attacking a member of the public. He will be sentenced on the 26th of June, but his brother walks free after today's decision. The first trial heard police were called after Amaz headbutted a man in Starbucks. He claimed the man had racially abused his mother, who they were at the airport to collect on the plane. The brothers resisted when officers tried to detain them and said they didn't know why they were being approached by the police. Maybe it's because you've just headbutted someone in Starbucks, you absolute mong. A PC watchdog probe into PC Marsden, who aimed a kick and a stamp at Amaz on the ground, and other GMP officers, remains ongoing. The court previously heard both defendants from Rochdale had an elder brother who served with Greater Manchester Police, as well as 5 cousins. Wow, I'm not surprised. 5 cousins. Small family then, eh? Small. There is a serious lack of law in this country. You know, what is the law saying to this country? What is the law saying to people who invade our country? Because, forgive me if I'm wrong, one of the biggest parts of the legal system is a deterrent. Now, let's go back to Lucy Connolly, who, I will remind you, only posted hurty words on Facebook. Yet, they wanted to make an example out of Lucy Connolly. Why did they want to do that? They wanted to do that to act a deterrent, so anybody else thinking of following suit and doing what Lucy did, well, just know that the law's coming after you. And that they did. They went after everybody who posted a few hurty words. Some of the things you can hold as indefensible, but the majority of what was posted on social media was innocuous and non-harmful at all. When it comes to a certain demographic, a protected minority, or a dirty, disgusting paedophile, then there is no law, there is no deterrent, there is no accountability. Tell me once again, Khan, Starmer, Met Police, how there is no 2-tier justice in this country. We all know there is 2-tier justice, and the 2-tier justice works in favour of the minorities and against the general British public. You know, the indigenous people who built this country to what it is. It's not only these 2, is it? It's not only these 2 at all. We have a great big problem with the police, with the judiciary, How many corrupt judges have we got? You know, we see paedophiles and rapists up in front of judges and seeing no prison sentence at all. They are literally going up, getting what? A 14-month suspended sentence for ruining somebody's life. For all these judges, one, I want to see them in the docks themselves. And two, I want to see their fucking hard drives checked. There are far too many judges aligning themselves with rapists and paedophiles. Just the same as the Labour Party. But this is the problem. This is the problem with the police, with the judiciary. They are very political. The judiciary and the police are supposed to be non-biased. They're supposed to be non-political. That's not what we see. And when you see day after day, look, I'm going to go back to the Henry Nowak case. This is a poor 18-year-old boy who was walking home on a night out, who was approached by 23-year-old Vikram Digwe, who is a Sikh man and is legally allowed to carry a bladed article on the streets of the United Kingdom. Now, this is for religious reasons, I hear you say. What religious reasons did Digwe have for stabbing Henry 4 times, puncturing his lung, and then blatantly lying about it to the police and having his family come round to defend him and his mother walking away and hiding the knife? Now, that is one thing. That is the judiciary saying, you know what, you can do this and get away with it, because that is the message it's sending. The problem I have with this is the police officers themselves. Now, yes, Digwe may have been found guilty. He had to be found guilty. But mind you saying that, these two brothers had to be found guilty, but yet they weren't. Funny how that works, isn't it? But I want the police. I want them in the docks. I want them held accountable. Because there they are, attending a scene where a young man has told you he has been stabbed, yet had a counter-argument from the stabby man saying that Henry was being racist. Did the police investigate the claim of stabbing, or did they investigate the claim of racism? What? Yes, you guessed it. They investigated the claim of racism and handcuffed and arrested the man who had been stabbed. Now, unfortunately for Henry, and I've said this before, how relieved he must have been when he seen the police officers attend the scene, only to be disappointed when he was then put in handcuffs. And while this poor young man was bleeding out, the police were on arresting him for baseless racism claims. So young Henry had fell to the ground because he was drowning in his own blood and passed out and died in the street. And this was the fault of the police. The first duty of any police officer is to protect life. That is your job, protect life. So in my opinion, and I'm not going to lie, I think it's a pretty common opinion that those police officers should be held accountable. I don't want to see these police officers struck off. I don't want to see them losing their job. I want to see them in the docks, and I want to see them in prison. Because unless we start making an example of these people, be it the police, be it the minorities, be it the judges, it is going to carry on. And this is why politics is so damn important right now. And this is why I always say, if you're not political, get political. And I will give you a good recommendation. If you want a political party to get behind, well, Restore Britain is by far the best. They are unapologetic, and they are about everything that you're about. If this kind of thing outrages you, then that's the party for you. But unless the nation get political, well, I'm sorry to say that seeing young teenagers up in front of judges who have raped 2 girls and getting off scot-free because the judge does not want to criminalise young men and they were so good in court, or if you're a dirty little nonce who abuses children or get caught with child pornography, go up in front of the judge and walk away, then you just sit on your armchair, watch BBC News, believe everything they tell you. Hey, tune into EastEnders, watch a bit Coronation Street. The world doesn't bother you because you're not affected yet. And I'm going to highlight yet, because unless you become political, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect everyone. The same as these dirty low IQ lefties, the middle class wannabes who shout for the rights of foreign men until those foreign men are in their neighbourhood, and then they scream against it. No one is bothered until they're affected. Well, unless you make the right decisions now, we're all going to be affected. Simple as that. Anyway, guys, until the next video, thank you very much and take care, be happy, and fuck the system.